I just wanted to welcome the Ukrainian ambassador here as well, representing your country fighting for democracy. And just in my time for order of business, Leader of the House, this weekend Minister Eamon Ryan is going to visit Athlone and, probably will travel by train. And the Minister will see the fantastic newly painted bus station, which is very integrated. It's right beside the train station in Athlone. And there are going to be electric buses in Athlone, and there's more services in Athlone to buses in Dundalk for students. However, we don't have a bus service from Dublin to Galway that stops in towns, apart from private coach services. And I hope the Minister will be able to see that this is a main artery and that we do need a bus service from Dublin to Galway. However, the reason I want to speak today is about the train service on the Dublin to Galway line. Currently, there is a 6:25 a.m. service from Galway to Dublin that stops in Athenry, Athlone and Tullamore. However, it doesn't stop in Ballinasloe. And Athlone has 5 services, much needed services for 20,000 people from Athlone to Dublin before 7:30 a.m. So that means people can get into Dublin for 9 a.m. to get to work, to go to college, to go for appointments. However, Ballinasloe has 1 train service. So Ballinasloe now doesn't have a bus service from Dublin to Galway and has only 1 train service. I suppose I would like to ask the Minister to consider adding Ballinasloe onto that particular line that goes from Galway at 6:25 a.m. We called yesterday for Minister Eamon Ryan to come and speak to us here in the Houses. I'd like to add that to it. And also, I would like to find out about the punctuality of trains on that particular line over the last 6 months, and also about the fact that waiting rooms in train stations across the country are closed, and it's to do with staffing rosters. So in other words, for example, in Ballinasloe, we don't have staff after 1 p.m. on a Monday, Friday or Saturday. And coming into winter time, last week, when we had someone in their 70s waiting out in the rain and the cold, even though there's a perfectly wonderful waiting room sitting there but locked because people can't get into it. I suppose I would like to see what sort of smart solutions we can put in place around people accessing waiting rooms at train stations. We have those services, they need to be put in place, especially if we want to be using more public transport in rural areas. Gormagat.